Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Power Expertise, and I'm back with another video in which we will learn step by step how we can build an editable grid-like experience in Power Apps using gallery control and modern control of Power Apps. So as you can see, this is my gallery control, okay, in which I have a flexibility to update a text type column, a choice column, a lookup column, and a date picker column. Okay. And on this gallery, I can perform CRUD operation, undo operation, filtering, and sorting. Okay. So in this video, I will create this Power Apps from the scratch, and we will be using the modern component, which is upcoming feature for Power Apps. Okay. So let's get started. Come to your make.powerapps.com, click on New App, click on Canvas, and give a usable name to useful and a meaningful name to your app. Editable Grid, I will call it, and format I will select tablet. I'll click on Create. Okay, we landed up on a screen 1. On this screen 1, we'll click on Insert, we'll go to the Layouts, and we will select Blank Vertical Gallery. Now, for today's session, I am using SharePoint as a data source. You can use Dataverse or SQL also for the same application. Okay. Once my data source is connected, I need to go to the settings option and you just go to upcoming features and we just need to turn this on. Which feature? The modern control feature. Try out the model control feature. So this step will not need it once modern control becomes generally available. Since it is not available, it's in, you can see in the upcoming features. So we need to do this step. We need to turn it on. Once this is on, just come to your blank gallery, click on this pencil icon, click on insert. So now you can see when modern tab has started coming. This is a classic tab. So in which we are already aware of what are the controls are there in the classic. Now today we will see what are the modern controls. Okay. So just click on this modern control, and in this modern control, first control I will add as a text input, because in my list I have text type column, choice column, lookup column, and a date picker column. So in today's video, we will discuss these 4 type of columns. Okay, are with us. Now what we will do, we will one by one add the column of SharePoint. So this item dot title. First I will add the title of my list. Okay. In the next column, I will add which type of leave I'm applying to. So this will be my leave type column. Leave type column. Then the next will be my choice column. So I'll give choices, select a data source dot leave status. Okay. And for the choice column, as you can see, it's a table. So we need to get its value. So just click on this field, click on edit, add a field, and select value. Okay. And after doing this, just come to the property section and select default selected item property. And here, the default property we will specify this item dot leave status. Okay. And in this, we will show our lookup column. Again, we will give choices leave dot leave ID. And this is also a table. So again, we need to go into edit. And here you will, since it's a choice, since it's a lookup column, it will have 2 pair, ID and its value. So now From the lookup, we will get the value. And again, we need to do the same thing in the default selected item property, which is select the default value for this. Let's copy this, come here in the default selected item, this item of the gallery dot the name of the field. Okay. Now this is done. We'll just reduce this size of the first component of our gallery. Okay. And if you want, you can, change the padding as well. Gallery padding, template padding. Where is it? Yeah, here. You can give 0. So automatically it will, adjust accordingly. Now just see. These are the input fields. You can click on tab and then you can change something here. You can change the dates. You can change the lookup field. So, okay. Now what next step will be, whenever we do an update, we need to do on the action on the on select of some particular button, right? So what is the next step? Just add one button. Okay. Add this button here and just go to the on select of this. So on this particular button selection, what it will happen? What will be the action? We will create a collection. Okay. Collection is created with the keyword called collect in PowerApps. Here, first parameter will be our data source. First parameter should be our name of the collection. So I'll give a name as call grid. Okay. And second will be this item. So as a Power App user, you must be already aware that this item will hold the current record, the current row of your table, of your gallery. Okay. So what if this particular row is already existing in this collection? So for that, we will use a statement called if, just to check if this item is already present in your collection or not. So we'll check by is blank. It's blank. We'll look up to this collection. Okay. And this ID we already know. In SharePoint, every row is identified by a unique ID. So this is that ID, SharePoint unique ID, which will uniquely identify any row, is equals to your gallery ID. Okay. Close this. And your collection is done. So if this, let me format this. If this particular gallery, if this particular gallery first row is already in your collection, then so this what this formula means, if your collection is blank, okay, then we will create a collection, otherwise we won't. Okay. Now we need to call an update action. Before that, I want to show you one thing. So currently, just go to this variable section, go to collection and see your collection is created. Call grid collection is created, but it is currently holding 0 rows. Now just play this and try to modify any one item. Just select 10th August and click on this button. What it will do, since we have added formula on this on select of this button that create a collection if it is not already there. So now since we have clicked on button, if you come to here in the collection, you will see one row is being created in this table. You can look into this also. So you have changed the date, so it's been showing here. Okay. So now what it will do, the user will update. Basically, why we are creating this gallery. We are creating this gallery so that user will easily perform the mass update, the mass insertion. Okay. So I will call update if method of Power Apps. We will call this collection. We will call the ID of SharePoint list, as well as when it matches. Okay, where this matches. Now, once you click this curly braces, now so, so once you click once you add a curly braces, you'll see all these columns started coming from your SharePoint list. So in which column of the SharePoint we are interested in? We are interested in title, leave type, status, leave ID, start date, and end date. So title, once you add a title, it will come here. Title value will be picked up from text input canvas 1, text input canvas 1 dot value. Then our what would be our next column? Leave status. Sorry, leave type. Okay, and it is coming from text input canvas 2. Oh my god, should I need to write everything? Oh, should a copy. So 1_1 dot value. Our next column is choice column, which is leave status. It is coming from drop down canvas 1, drop down canvas 1 dot selected item. Then our leave ID is coming from drop down canvas 2 dot selected item, and then to date is coming from canvas date picker canvas 1 dot, I think for this dot is not needed, and then from date we will be taking from date picker canvas 2. Close this, close the curly braces. Okay, then close this, and we are good. Why it is showing error? So in date picker we need to give value, and in this date picker also we need to give value. Okay. Okay, so we have resolved the issue. What the issue was, we were using selected items. So what was the error? We were using selected item instead of selected. Okay, so make sure you are not using the value which is returning should be not of table type. Okay, so yeah. So now this is update if this is done. And what we need to do on change of any of the value among these controls, this button should be called off. Okay, so what we will do, just click on control, keep on pressing control button of your keyboard, and keep on selecting one control step by step. Okay, and on the on change property of these controls, just call this button. Okay, stock is on. Select this button canvas 1. So now this button we don't need anymore. We just hide this button. So the visibility of this button will set it to false. The purpose of this button is now served. So we just switch it off. Now just drag your gallery little bit down. Okay. So we have some room for our other buttons. So let's suppose now we will add a save button. So just add a button. We'll give the name to this button as save with some emoji. So how you can add emoji, just click on window dot together. This panel will open and you can use either tick mark or OK to be added in your save button as an emoji. Okay. What purpose this save button will do, just go to the on select of the button. We will patch the collection value into our data source. What is our data source? Leave applied by employee. Okay. So this patch is fine. If you try to work this, just like let's change this vacation as sick leave and change the date as 10th of August till 12th of August. I want to take leave and just click on save. What will happen? So we have selected 10 to 12, right? Just go back to your SharePoint and see if that is being patched or not. So yeah, sick leave, we have applied from 10 to 12, from 10 to 12. But name itself suggests you have a hole in your cloths. Now, if you want to fill those clothes, so you have to just fill only that particular place. You need not to do a swing machine to entire of your clothes. So in patch also, we need to specify which in column we are trying to update here. So we will write only those columns. Why I'm telling you this step? Because if in your data source you have any required column which you are not updating in this section, so if you keep on trying to do an update here, it won't impact because you missed your required field. So just to be on a safer side, what we will do, we will provide all the columns name that we are trying to update here with the help of show columns. Okay, this will remain the same. Just add your column, SharePoint column, which you're trying to update here one by one, leave type, leave, and just double quote, leave status, leave ID, from date to date. And make sure you're also telling this patch which column, sorry, which row of your gallery you are trying to update here. So ID will uniquely identify, right? We have already know this. Uniquely identify any row of a SharePoint list. So this way we will give it, and we need to close a patch. Once you close this, we will get a notification once we, have a success. And then once the data has been stored into our SharePoint list, we no longer need this collection. We just clear that connection. We set this variable true and false. And on this gallery, we just filter it by this variable. Okay, next we want to achieve. We want to do a undo button so that whatever changes, if we are not happy, let's say if I've applied this as a sick leave and now I'm not happy, I want to go on a vacation, and my manager finds out like you're not sick, so what to do? I have to take a leave, right? So I just change it to vacation, change the date, and click on save. So here there should be one option to do an undo, right? So for that, what we will do, we will add one more button outside our gallery, and this button will also come from the modern control only. And again, do a window dot. You will get to see all the emojis. For undo, we will use this icon and close it. You get added. Uh, Sometimes Power Apps is very annoying. It's very slow. It didn't show your changes very quickly. Now it showed up. Okay. So on this on select, what we will do. Where is my on select? Am I blind? I can't find on select of my button. Now here it is, it's on select. Now what we will do on this, we will just clear our collection. That's it. Let's try it out. Let's play and see. So now once you change this to 11 and changes to 13 and changes to 2, let's see on click of save. Data has been saved 13 to 11. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if this is being called correctly or not. So this state picker, we are referring to to date, okay? And while doing a patch, we are calling first, okay, from date, which is not correct. Order also matters here, okay? And one more place we need to check on this button. Non-select. While we are updating from date, this is not a from date, this is a to date. And this is our from date. Okay. Now just see, this should not get reversed. Keep your eye on this column. So I'm selecting 14 here and 15 here. So it should not reverse. Click on save. Keep your finger crossed. Now this one is fine. 14 and 15. Save. Your changes has been saved in your SharePoint list or not. Just refresh it and see. To date should be 14 and from date should be 15. So this is correct. Now what is our next task? This is not looking good. So we will add a patch. Okay, which will act as a header for our gallery. In this, we will quickly insert the text. Okay, which will tell what is the heading for this particular column. This is the title or description. Okay. Don't make it too large, just add a title, and in the information button, we will just give one intelligence I button. Here we will inform the user that you need to provide description in one line for your lead. Okay. Same kind of thing we can add and paste. And I icon you can give wherever you want to. I just showed you for one heading. You can use it as many times as you want. Okay. Now this look a bit cleaner. This is undo. Now we have one more button which is called to add a new row in our gallery. So just add one more button. We'll see, we'll call it as new and just add a window dot to add an icon of plus, which doesn't make any difference because the background is blue and this is in purple color. So yeah. What this plus button will do, just go to the on select property of this new button and just write this statement. What it will do, this patch default, default, if you already know, it will give the same, the columns, what you have in your SharePoint list. Title will give as a new leave, and this we will set false and true again. And one more thing, if let's say we are in the middle of updating something, we are just updating some value here, and just click on new to add a new row. It will refresh your gallery and it will add a new row at the bottom of your gallery, which we don't want. We want this gallery to be added at this row to be added at the top of your gallery. So sorting, we will do one thing, and this new, when it will get enabled, when it will be visible or be clickable by the user. So only when, so just go to the disable display mode and check. Just leave this edit as of now. If the count row of a collection all grid is equals to 0, means we don't have anything in a collection, then it is editable. If it has something in it, just make it disabled. Just make sure to add B in it. Okay. You need to add display mode as well. Okay. So if this is the case, then only make it invisible, otherwise don't make it. And same goes for the save also. Save will be enabled only. So it will be reverse. Okay. So save, if it has something, if it's equal to 0, we just make it disabled. And if it has anything to be saved into a SharePoint list, then we make it editable. Got it? Disable, not displayed. Okay. So this is one thing. And one more thing, that we want that item which we have added by clicking on this new button to be at the top of a gallery. So just filter this. Sorry, sort this on the basis of modified column, and that too in descending order. Okay. Now, once you click on, see, it's now at the top. Let me modify it like going on a holiday. Vacation type of leave. Leave, let's say 2, and I'm going from September 1 for a month. On a long leave I'm going. So yeah, so click on save. Okay. Now let's click on plus to add at the top. Okay. So sorting is also sorted. Now only thing is we need to add a dustbin. We need to add a delete button. Okay. Let's go to the classic. Go trash. Yeah. So, but we have to add it inside the gallery. So just delete this trash or cut it from here inside this and paste it. Okay, need to add it at the bottom, at the last. So just reduce the size of this, reduce the size of this. Okay. Trash will do, just go to the on select property of the trash, right, remove. In this case, we are removing from a SharePoint list, okay, not from the gallery. So just select your SharePoint list, then this item, okay, this gallery item should be removed, and then we will reset our gallery. And when this particular trash will be visible to us, only when there is nothing in our collection. So just check the count rows of our collection called grid. If it's equal to 0, then only make it visible, otherwise don't. So yeah, if you want to remove this, we just click on this trash. It will get removed and it will refresh our table as well, gallery as well. So I hope you like this video. And this is an upcoming feature which is, very helpful for any developer, because gallery is a very vital component in our Power Apps. And if that too comes with an editable component, it will be great, because we can do a mass update in one go and store it into our data source. We can do a mass insertion, even a deletion also we can do. So yeah, So in a next video, you will get to learn like how you can do filtering also on this particular gallery which we have created using modern component. So stay tuned with me, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your colleagues, and share knowledge. Till then, bye bye, take care.